Now, you may actually want to ask yourself this question. Why is politics in Nigeria different from the way politics is being engaged from other part of the world? Are we saying other part of the world don't have their own issues or what they're trying to sort out? That is not what we are talking about. But it seems as if politics in this part of the world is very, very different. We're actually moving towards the 2027 presidential election, most awaited presidential election for that matter. And we've been seeing so many names flying. A few months ago, we saw the assassination attempt against the presidential candidate of NDC. You understand? That is because of Mr. Peter Obi. And so many Nigerians are very curious because this is actually becoming too much. You understand? Because let me just take you guys back to history. You can remember what happened to Bola Ige and so many other political leaders in this country back then, why some of them were assassinated. I can't even talk about something because of YouTube community guidelines. You understand? But politics in Nigeria shouldn't be a dead or a life and death thing. It should be something that should be done within the confine of the law and all of that. Now, Mr. Peter Obi has made us, has come out this time around to say his life is in danger. That is why many people believe that politics in this country is a dirty game and you have to be dirty to play the game. You understand? A few months ago, we saw the news that broke the internet about the assassination attempt, and what people are talking about is what happened to the man that was arrested. The man that was arrested in Edo State. What happened to him? What is the investigation? What is the progress? What has the police find out? What has the DSS find out about all of what was investigated or probably what was probably interrogated with the assassination? You understand? So guys, let me just leave you to the rest of the video as we dive into the subject of today. And like I said, I don't think politics in Nigeria should be this complicated, all because we want a new Nigeria for ourselves and the coming generation.
It's been over 36 hours that an assassination attempt was made on the life of the most popular politician in Nigeria, I dare say in Africa, in the person of Mr. Peter Obi himself. And there have been no words from the presidency. There have been no words from the Nigerian government. They have just acted like nothing happened. Like see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. In their usual fashion, so that they just believe that after every 24 hours, the lifespan of an event will die off and we're on to the next one. But it's important Nigerians understand what is at play here and the characters that are currently occupying power in our country. We are dealing with the most dangerous set of men politically in the country that have an antecedent of this kind of attacks we just witnessed in the past 36 hours playing out while they were governors in their respective states. The current vice president of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, before he became the governor, there was a certain man called Gudio that was already predestined to be the next governor of Borno State. And on a Friday, he was coming out from the mosque and gunmen assailed him, and that's how they ended that man's life. And all of a sudden, Kashim Shettima rose to the power of the next governor of Borno State. So let's read from BBC. The date is 28 January 2011. Headline: Nigeria, Borno politician Gubio shot dead. A candidate for governor in the northeastern Nigerian state of Borno has been shot dead, official says. Modu Fanami Gubio and at least 4 other people, including a 10-year-old child, were killed by men on motorbikes after Friday prayers in Maiduguri city. Mr. Gubio was a candidate for the opposition All Nigerian People's Party, ANPP, in April's elections. A BBC report says there are deep divisions within the ANPP over his selection to run for governor. Similar ride-by attacks have been blamed on the Boko Haram sect, who have been targeting police and politicians. But the BBC Bilkisu Babangida in Maiduguri says politicians and the police believe this killing was politically motivated. Our reporter says the attack happened as Mr. Gubio left his father's home after Friday prayers. He was talking to his supporters when 2 motorcycles, each with a driver and a gunman, approached and shot into the crowd. 5 people, including Mr. Gubio, were killed instantly, and 2 others are being treated in hospital, our correspondent says. Obviously, it's a political assassination, Borno Police Chief Mohammed Jingiri Abubakar told AFP News Agency. So you can just go on the web and search and you see that what I'm saying actually is really what happened to Mr. Gubio. And all of a sudden, Kashim Shettima emerged as the governor of Borno State. And the rest is history today. Just oppose it and take it to Lagos. There was a certain man called Funshaw Williams that everybody felt was meant to be the next governor in Lagos State. And all of a sudden, in his house in the middle of the night, boom, he was unalived. And nobody said anything. Up until today, people are asking who killed Funshaw Williams. It is still an event, one of the most gruesome murders that have happened in our recent democracy that has been unaccounted for. And this same set of people are currently occupying the center of power and the most popular candidate in our political existence currently. An attempt was made on his life barely 36 hours ago, and still up until now, these men have said nothing. Silence is also an answer. In Hausa, Anche Shuruma answer. It simply means silence is also an answer. It just shows that this was actually a political motivated strike at the lives of this man. And it's important the world know this. Because many Nigerians don't even know this I just said right now. That this is actually in the history of these two men that are occupying the center of power today. How long will we continue like this as a people? How long will we continue like this as a country? How long will we continue like this? So let it be known that the life of every politician in the opposition, your lives are very, very important. Safeguard your lives. And Nigerians, because they have always said Nigerians, we don't care. Maybe that's why most times the politicians also just like, are these people really worth dying for? But let them know that Peter Obi is a different ball game. If anything happens to Peter Obi, Tinubu and gang, Peter Obi is not Funshaw Williams, so Peter Obi is not Gubio. Please, people should respect yourself. You people have collected 30 governors, collected all the House senators, everything. You have collected even the rigging machine. Rig now. Rig. What are you scared of? You said Peter Obi is not popular. Why are people after his life? Allow that man to breathe, oh. That man is a source of hope to millions of Nigerians, so if you want to end that country, people should find another means, so leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. And let people play your politics. And that illiterate, I did para for Edo people. Of all the Edo people smart, of all the people on earth, it is that Dundee, that empty, look at his head, that empty-headed nincompoop when I make governor. Just imagine look at the kind of person. And don't forget, people, that this same man, this same D7 man, said previously that Peter Obi is coming to his life is not safe if he comes to Benin. And Peter Obi went to Benin and there was an attempt on his life. Nigerians, make it already, oh, these people are this party of professional criminals are not ready to seek power easily. So we should understand that this is a fight against every single one of us. And it is a shame. These men cannot even play politics. Why not even pretend? We don't say now allegedly send that hit on the man. Pretend, safe. Say, hey, sorry, yo. Let there just be peace in the polity, but you guys want to hit up the polity before 2027. We'll be watching you guys now. We there here.